Hey guys, welcome to level 2 algebra preparation questions. This is question 2 in this series. So today's question, we're going to be looking at some factorizing questions. Well, in this one, the question is actually asking you fully simplify the expression. Now, most of this time, I see people do this kind of things where they go, where you have 3x squared minus 48. So this is what the equation is, right? What I see people do is sometimes they do this. They cancel the x squareds and x squareds. They cancel 48 and replace it with 6. And really, if you're doing that, you're actually doing it completely incorrectly. What you need to understand is this. Whenever you get this type of question, and it's asked you to simplify, and you've got a quadratic in the numerator and you've got a quadratic in the denominator, what you can do is you can actually try and you've got to try and factorize it first. Okay, so when you have 3x squared minus 48, you can actually see that 3 is a common factor. So you can take out 3 and write this as x squared minus 16. And then in the denominator, you've got an ugly looking quadratic. Now, you can actually do it the old-fashioned way where you take the 2 out and then factorize and so on. But remember, you're in level 2, which means you can actually use the graphics calculator. And I want to show you guys a small little trick that I use in a graphics calculator, which literally does work for any one of these types of problems. I mean, like, look, if you want to factorize this the long way, go for it, be my guest. But in this exam, this is what I'm going to try and do. So basically in the graphics calculator, you go into the quadratic function where you find, put in a, b, c. What happens, it spits out two values. So as you can see, the first value is 4, the first solution is 4, and the second solution is actually negative 0.5. All right, so what that means is this. Just want to show you guys this. Okay, basically what's happened here is if you take 4x squared minus 14x minus 8, what the calculator has done is it's put it into two brackets and put it equal to 0. And where our first solution is 4, and our second solution is actually negative 1 over 2. All right. Now, what that means is this. Switching it backwards, that means if we were to go backwards from x equals 4, then the factor would have been x minus 4 equals to 0. And then on this side, you're actually going to end up with 2x equals negative 1. And if you go one more step, we're going to get 2x plus 1 equals to 0. So what it says is that my two factors are x minus 4 and 2x plus 1. But here's the problem though. When I expand 2x and x, I'm going to get 2x squared. Negative 4 and 1, I actually end up getting negative 4. And if you look at what's actually at the denominator, in the denominator you've actually got 4x squared and negative 8. All right, so that means this factor here is actually not 2x plus 1, but it's actually double of that. So it's actually going to be 4x plus 2. So that means my two factors are x minus 4 and 4x plus 2 in the denominator. All right, so that's what I have there. Now x squared minus 16 could be split up as x minus 4 and x plus 4. And in the denominator, I've got x minus 4 and 4x plus 2, which means now I can cancel out my x minus 4 and x minus 4. And what I'm left over with is 3 bracket x plus 4 over 4x plus 2. Now, unfortunately, I can't actually simplify this any further, so that is my final answer. Now, for those of you that are wondering, well, what if I don't want to use the calculator? I want to factorize 4x squared the other way. Then what you can do is you can actually write it like this. This would become 2 times 2x squared minus 14. Sorry, not minus 14, minus 7x minus 4. And then what you're looking for is 2. So the first thing I do is I go 2 times negative 4, which is negative 8. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 8 and add up to negative 7. So I've got negative 8 and positive 1. So what I end up doing is I can write this as 2 times 2x squared minus 8x plus 1x and then minus 4. So, and then I do partial factorization. So what will happen is I still have the 2 outside the bracket. I'm going to put a big square bracket this time. So here what I would have is 2x times x minus 4, and then plus 1 times x minus 4. And what I end up having is 2 times 2x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 4. And then as you can see, now I can go 2 times 2x plus 1, which will actually end up being 4x plus 2 and x minus 4. Now this is exactly what I've just done here. So as you can see, you can do it the old-fashioned way, or you can do it with the graphics calculator as well. Just do whichever one's easy for you guys, and that's basically it. Cool, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments below. And as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.